Our wonderful colleagues from the Institute of International Economics and International Relations are celebrating their anniversary. I have a question for you. To what extent is the intellectual product they produce, their analysis, useful for practical diplomacy?
It is very, very useful. Our ministry has traditionally close relations with all our scientific and research institutions that deal with foreign policy and foreign economic issues. For a long time, even before I started this tradition, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has had a scientific council, which includes the heads of our leading institutions and, of course, the heads of the IMF. First of all, relations are explained by mutual benefit. Practical diplomacy, of course, should be based on our traditions. We have the richest ones, starting with the Russian Empire, and even before that, since the times of Ivan the Terrible and the ambassador's decree. But of course, practical diplomacy, being very interested in analytical developments, cannot handle this work on its own, because it distracts the everyday bustle that, one way or another, is present in the international arena, which is worth only today's events, which completely and entirely force us to devote all our working time to current affairs, relations with the countries that are involved in these conflicts, and so on. And our colleagues from the scientific institutions still have the main task of analyzing what is happening. Therefore, we are interested in their calm, not aggravated and not undermined flow of analysis, and they are interested in the factual conclusions that we can convey to them, based on the specific situation in a particular part of the globe where Russian interests are facing. Therefore, this is a very important and large bundle for us. Situational analysis, brainstorming, which we carry out in addition to the meetings of the Scientific Council, allow us to find very interesting solutions. By the way, these situational analyses were carried out by none other than Evgeny Maximovich Primakov, who, in the positions of the state, after he headed the Ministry of Internal Affairs, very productively promoted all these methods, and they still retain their relevance.
Tell me, in today's world which is going crazy, can science help you in practical diplomacy? Is it able to master today's business?
Well, as far as it is able to master today's situation, I think no one is completely able to do it. No one can handle it alone. Russia is not a single country, not a single state, and moreover, not a single part of any state, in this case, science. But the fact that science really helps our work, I can confirm this. By the way, the IMO, we are now talking about the anniversary of this great institute. The IMO has been actively involved in the preparation of all the editors of the concept of foreign policy of the Russian Federation since 2000. And this tradition is preserved, and if someday we will have to prepare new additional doctrinal documents, we will count on the help of our colleagues from the IMO, as it was with the outstanding representatives of this institute, Nikolai Ankachev-Nazemtsev, Alexander Sanich Dinkin, Alexei Georgievich Arbatov. These are all our well-deserved colleagues and, in many ways, co-authors of our foreign policy doctrines.